Are you trying to squeeze Americans out of the equation? Or do you just want cheap labor? Just saying. You gonna get what the fuck you pay for. What's good, y'all? Welcome to Pretty Realist Podcast. It's the FemC. That's me, Shannon Nicole. Now let's go ahead and get straight into the video, okay? Today's video is definitely something different. I just kind of break up the monotony a little bit. I feel like maybe I've been just a little bit way too serious for the last few episodes. One thing I would like my subscribers to know about me, I'm an opinionated type of person. I'm a little bit of an overthinker. A lot of shit I see, it bothers the hell out of me. And I the only person I can really talk to about this is my boyfriend. And me and him have some of the best conversations ever when it comes to certain things that we see that we know are just really crazy. If I'm a little stuffy, it's because not only is it early as hell, weather where I live is a little bit crazy. Very weird weather. It's summertime, y'all, and it really does feel like the middle of October outside. It's also a part of the list of unpopular opinions that I'm about to throw on y'all asses today. These are my opinions. Everybody ain't gonna like it. Yeah, it's like cleaning out my closet and just getting out all of the things that are literally just getting cobwebs in my brain. This is going to be something that I'm going to be doing monthly. This video may be a little long, but if you stick with it, I highly, highly appreciate it. This is my list of unpopular opinions for August of 2023. First unpopular opinion, throw the music industry away. R&B and hip hop just needs to they need a restart. They need a cleansing, baby. They need a colonoscopy. They need to be saged. We need African mother of voodoo to take her feathers and just wave it around the whole industry, because it's so fucking toxic, it's so fucking trash, and it's not a good look for us as a culture. R&B music is extremely toxic. As you can see, some of the artists themselves, they're toxic as fuck. R&B music used to mean something. It was about love. It was about relationships. It was about falling in love. You know what I'm saying? Even if those artists weren't having the best relationships outside of the booth, they made us want to fall in love. They made us want to do better in our relationships. They made us want to be better as individuals so we could attract a relationship. Nowadays, these new R&B artists, all they want to do is be fucking strippers and whores and entertain toxic ass relationships, which is the reason why a lot of young women nowadays are not able to find genuinely happy, healthy relationships, because they're following these bitches. I'm just being 100. Very few artists out here that do talk about love don't really get the recognition that they deserve. Very few artists out here that actually write they shit and actually put in the time and the effort to create good music. They don't get the same respect that these mainstream artists get, and that's a fucking problem. And I feel the same way about rap music. I feel like rap music has just become a cesspool for violence and drugs. Everybody's a drug addict. I don't know when it became cool for y'all to be pill heads and for y'all to just think that y'all could just get high all the time and that everybody's gonna be receptive to it. I'm a millennial, and yeah, I might be considered old to the younger generation, but I'm also an artist, and I used to write the shit, and I used to be deep in these streets when it comes to this music industry. Seeing where it is right now, don't come to me and ask me when the fuck I'm gonna drop another album, because it's not for me anymore. I bid it adieu. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not fucking with the music business like that. I want to be a part of it. So that's my opinion when it comes to the music industry. Take a sip. The black conscious community failed black people. Let's keep it 100. Hidden Colors had our asses in a fucking chokehold when it came out. We were really receptive to the knowledge that was given to us, but then we started learning that a lot of the conscious community people supposed to be the leaders were actually fucked up just as colorist as the rest of black America. Like, they were not leaders. They were only hustlers and pimps and trying to get our money. Some of them really was out here doing the work. Like, once we start seeing that you got Umar Johnson battling with Tariq Nasheed, who is also the creator of Hidden Colors, going back and forth, beefing like Bloods and Crips, baby. Then you got this situation with Brother Polite, where his ass is about to go to prison because of some misconduct that he did with a minor. Then we also just have a whole host of other bullshit. A lot of us still don't even really know who the fuck we are. We don't know if we're Africans. We don't know if we're Native Americans. Shout out to Dane Calloway. We don't know what the fuck we are. We don't have any leaders. We don't have any guidance. And the guidance that we do have, we ain't really trying to listen to them. At the same time, we need to start leading our fucking selves. We need to start being responsible for ourselves, responsible for gaining knowledge, picking up a book and reading. Because they always say, if you want to have something from a nigga, put it in a book. So if you want to learn about yourself, you want to learn where you're from, go ahead and pay for a genealogy report. Do what needs to be done so you can know where your roots are. Because at the same time, we're listening to these race hustlers tell us who the fuck we are, what we need to do, that we need to go back to Africa, which doesn't make a bit of fucking sense. Because why the fuck do we want to go back to Africa? Africa coming over here. Why the fuck do we want to go back over there when everybody coming over here and trying to be up in our shit? There might be a reason for that. Just saying. Stop following these black conscious community gurus who think that they know everything because they eat some bean sprouts and wear their dashikis or whatever the fuck. Because at the same time, y'all just as confused as we are. We don't even know what the fuck happened during the slave trade. We don't even know if the slave trade really fucking existed. We haven't found one slave boat. So at the same time, we need to start doing our own research individually and then figuring out how we can move forward. Next. Felons should get the same fucking rights as every fucking American. I feel like if you did your time, you should get back into the society and be able to live normal like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it because I don't want my video flagged. If you did something that was on a pedo cure type of level, no, we're not going to have you work with no kids. No, we're not going to have you work around schools and shit like that. But at the same time, I feel like that felons who get out of prison and have done their time and are rehabilitated, that they should maybe have an evaluation, should be put back into human population with the rest of us. It's not fair that a motherfucker go to jail or go to prison for X amount of years or even X amount of months. They get them a felony and then they're thrown back into society and they can't find fucking jobs. Meanwhile, we have our government who is allowing people who ain't even from America to come over here, get jobs, get apartments with no fucking problem. They could have raped, murdered, and pillaged a whole fucking community in their own country. They just get to come over here and get rights over felons who have been on this soil since they were born. It's bullshit, and the next president that we have, that needs to be put on the topic of discussion, period. Stop making felons feel as if they're not welcome in our society. People make fucking mistakes. People in the White House have made fucking mistakes. They still was able to get a goddamn job. That's bullshit. Just because they have an F on their fucking report card, they're not redeemed by society. Gotta go through the worst shit, and then they gotta have the hardest time getting a job, and then you wonder why they go back to the same shit that put them back in prison from the first place. It's modern day slavery and it should be fucking illegal. Next. Speaking of illegal immigrants, I don't understand why the fuck they coming over here. We're fucking full. We don't have any room. We don't. I already have all of these people that are homeless out here who can't find housing, who aren't getting health care, who aren't getting benefits, who can't find jobs, who can't do anything other than sleep on the side of the road or sleep in a bush somewhere because they can't afford to live in a 2-bedroom shack for less than $1,200. Why are we allowing all these people to come over here? It's not cool and it's not fucking fair because, as I mentioned in the last unpopular opinion, felons can't even get fucking jobs. Hell, there's people out here who don't even have felonies who can't even get fucking jobs, or they're getting the bare fucking minimum. When a motherfucker who come over here who ain't even from this country could get better rights, better housing, more stability from the government than a person whose family probably was in the service and died for this country, and they can't get the same thing just because they made a mistake and sent them to prison. That shit needs to stop. Quit allowing all these motherfuckers to bring their asses over here just because you want to seem patriotic. It's really fucking sickening because 9 times out of 10, you only want them to come over here under your presidency because you think they're going to vote. Y'all don't even understand how the fuck they going to be able to vote if they're not American citizens. So make it make sense. Are you trying to squeeze Americans out of the equation, or do you just want cheap labor? Just saying. You gonna get what the fuck you pay for. Because just because you're a specific type of race, that don't mean that they're going to work harder than the next. At this point, we just got to accept the fact, I have to just accept the fact that a lot of you women are okay with being whores. A lot of you women are okay with being sexually exploited. A lot of you women are okay with being looked at as just a sexual object. Like I said, I done lived my whole phase, been through it, went through it, you know what I'm saying? Chopped it up, remixed that shit, flash a P. Diddy on that bitch. I done did all of that shit. Chose not to do it anymore because I want better for myself, and I realized that soul ties are something that's real. STD rates are out of fucking control. HIV rates are out of fucking control, and you hoes are so nasty that y'all don't even realize that the nasty shit you doing, you passing on to your kids. Getting STDs and syphilis from their moms. That's a problem. But y'all still want to be out here. Y'all still want to be thotting it up, having a hot girl summer, not even caring about the fact that the shit that you're doing online, your kids are going to see one day. Listen to me. Your kids are going to see what you're doing online. And if you're twerking and doing all of that shit, the internet never forgets. So if you want to sit here and you want to be a thought and be a whore at the age of fucking 35, when you should fucking know better, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But just know your children are going to see it, and it's going to affect them one day in life. So I hope that you're getting all the money that you can to move to Bolivia or some shit, because the internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. A lot of y'all have become okay with selling pussy. Older women out here who are literally cheering this shit on as if they don't know the pitfalls of just promiscuity in general. I'm telling you, there's so many things you could repair in your life, but your reputation is one that you cannot. It will stay with you and it will follow you throughout your life. Listen, everybody ain't gonna accept who you are. This is my next unpopular opinion. Everybody ain't gonna fucking accept who you are, and you need to be okay with that. And I'm talking to you, the trans community. Everybody doesn't have to agree with your lifestyle. Respect is something that's earned. It's not something that's forced on people. We want to support you guys. We understand that you have challenges in your life. As a black woman, I 110% get it. But shoving that shit down our throat, it's not gonna make us respect you even more. Going to the fucking government and trying to make them change rules and laws and shit in order to suffice you, it's damn near kind of like it's a Karen move, because you know damn well that you pulling up to this restaurant with a 5 o'clock shadow and a voice as deep as Barry White's is not going to have anybody call you fucking ma'am. It's not right that you're going into these locker rooms where these women are and you still got a whole dick and balls. And it's crazy because it's like trans men don't do this shit. Like, they don't really be out here trying to pressure anything. It be the trans women. And I ain't saying all of y'all, but a lot of y'all are some fucking bullies. You need to understand that you have to be confident within yourself to stand in your truth. But stop trying to force everybody to believe in that shit, because just because they don't, that don't mean that they gonna put their hands on you. People who are really out here getting their hands put on them are the ones that's lying about who the fuck they are. They're the ones that's lying and not telling these men that they're actually men. Start being true with yourself, stand firm in yourself, and stop trying to squeeze in places where you're not supposed to be at. Because I'm sorry, if you have dick and balls, you're not supposed to be in a woman's bathroom. You're not. If you went ahead and got your little Barbie pouch and you got rid of that, you removed that, then by all means go inside of there. But having dick and balls and a 6-year-old child is in there getting dressed, and the first thing that they see when you take your dress and your panties off is your fucking nuts. As a parent, that is concerning.
Gynecologist office, why wouldn't you? Well, we don't treat trans patients, so you're discriminating.
So you all need to start coming to grips with reality that everybody is not going to accept you for who you are, and y'all need to quit shoving that shit down everybody's throat. Black hair influencers are confusing as fuck, and they're toxic as hell. The whole community is toxic as hell. I'm talking about locks. I'm talking about loose natural. Y'all toxic as hell because a lot of you all be selling these fucking products on damn well they don't work on everybody's hair. I know these products be expensive as fuck, and then a lot of y'all don't even be using y'all real hair. A lot of y'all still be wearing weave, trying to front like it's not weave. And then a lot of y'all are racially ambiguous, trying to sell black women products. Baby, if your hair is curly, you don't need to be selling me no shit talking about that you getting kinks and knots and shit out of your hair. Yes, I'm not saying that people with mixed heritage don't get kinky hair. So therefore, somebody who has hair like Brillo has a tighter curl pattern, they're not going to be able to buy those products. I'll be selling these products just for clout. You give no fucks about black women's hair. In fact, I feel like ever since these hair care products and these hair care gurus came into play, black women have been suffering from the worst case of hair dysmorphia than we've ever never experienced. We don't know how to fucking take care of our hair. That's why we're putting these hair hats on. That's why we're putting these perms in our hair, because we don't know what to do with the shit anymore. It's literally like trial and error at this point. Spending all this money on hair care products only for you to find out that the shit doesn't work for your hair. It dries your hair out. It's full of alcohol, chemicals, and shit that are horrible for your hair. Sorry about that. I had to fix my camera. Next, unpopular opinion. I feel like child support laws should change, especially if the mother and the father are not together. Like if they're not married, or even if they are married, I feel like they should be revised, because a lot of the times these women be putting these men on child support just because the men don't want to be with them. These men can be active fathers. They could still have a relationship with their children. They still could be trying to help out the best way that they can in order to support the child. But because the mother feels some type of way about the fact that the father don't want to deal with them, but they want to be a part of their child's life, I feel like it should be revised. I feel like that if a father is making an effort to be in a child's life, that if they are being put on child support, that they should have the full rights of having access to their children. Period. That a lot of these women out here are fucking bitter as hell.
Well, guess what? You knew what the fuck I was when you met me, you bitch.
And they feel some type of way because they can't get the man to bend to their will, that they create this wedge in between the father and the child. There's so many children out here who are adults who have not had access to their fathers because their moms and the fathers didn't get along. It had really nothing to do with the father not wanting to be a part of the child's lives, but more so to do with the mother keeping the child away from the father for whatever the fuck reason. I think that yes, a lot of women are dealing with men who don't want to be a part of the child's lives, or men who aren't really helping out, or who ain't even trying to help out. I understand that. It's just how the fuck I feel about it. I tell you that Biden is the worst president that me as a millennial has ever seen. I thought that George Bush Jr. was bad. No. This is the worst presidency ever. He's like an absentee landlord. Him and fucking Kamala Harris are fucking absentee landlords. Y'all look goofy as hell out there in those chucks and those pearls just for this chick. She's Asian and black and she gives no fucks. Y'all didn't even do y'all research before y'all voted these people in.
Mr. President, as you know, last Tuesday, the annual inflation rate came in at 8.3%. The stock market nosedived. People are shocked by their grocery bills. What can you do better and faster?
Well, first of all, let's put this in perspective. Inflation rate month to month was just an inch, hardly at all.
You're not arguing that 8.3 is good news.
No, I'm not saying it's good news, but it was 8.2 or 8.2 before. I mean, it's not. Maybe I can make it sound like all of a sudden, my God, it went to 8.2%. It's
the highest inflation rate, Mr. President, in 40 years.
I got that, but guess what we are? We're in a position where for the last several months it hasn't spiked. It is just barely, it's been basically even.
Only voted for Biden because y'all saw that he was with Obama and y'all thought that he was going to do us some justice. I don't know anything about the crime bill that him and her had their hand in the 90s when it comes to black and brown people and how many people they locked up for stupid shit behind it. Y'all could say Trump this, Trump that, Trump did this, Trump did that. Man, no. Our country was nowhere near in shambles as much as it is now. And then he doesn't address shit. He takes his time and he wastes so much time addressing shit. That balloon came over here from China. How long did it take for them to even shoot that shit down? Now we got fucked up ass weather and shit is all weird and crazy. My unpopular opinion is that maybe that fucking balloon that was in the air, you don't know what that shit sprayed in the air the couple of days that it was up there. Then he didn't address that shit. He didn't address the fact that we're dealing with air quality issues. When the fuck? I'm 40 years old, y'all. I've never had any issue with air quality in this country. And this was even when everybody was talking about chemtrails. So, yeah. He's a fucking absentee landlord. Now, I don't give a damn what's going on. I'll still vote this nigga in office. Just don't be my friend no more. Don't even talk to me. If we family, we ain't got nothing else to say. Because y'all know damn well y'all voted this nigga in office and y'all know that he's a terrible fucking president. Period, point blank. Forming alliances with Democrats just because y'all think that y'all gonna get something from them. They don't give a shit. They haven't given a shit in a long damn time. Quit inviting everybody to the damn barbecue just because they Democrat. Just because they Democrat or just because they're Republican, that doesn't mean a damn thing. It's a fucking party, and it's a party that needs to stop. The next presidency, we might need to vote Libertarian or something else, because the Democrats and the Republicans, both of their asses is the top runners for being presidents, and neither one of these motherfuckers have fixed any issues when it comes to America. We need to take our country back into our hands, because our government has literally been pimping our country out to everybody else, and now they owe them hella money, which is probably one of the reasons why we have so many fucking products over here from other countries. They're doing better over here with their products than our own fucking people. We buy their products before we buy American-made products because we owe them so much fucking money that they own our asses. We're shipping water over there from our fucking streams. We are allowing so much of their shit to come over here and just completely forgetting the fact that the virus came over here from over there. Don't get me wrong, I love a good TikTok. I fucking love TikTok. I love Temu. I love Shein and all of that. I have no qualms about buying Chinese products. But at this point, maybe we need to stop shipping our jobs overseas and start keeping our jobs right here in America, because we fucking need them more than they do. They could create shit out of thin air like they do with these clothes, and all of these other products that Amazon sells to us willfully. Then why isn't it that they can't create jobs for their own people? At this point, it feels like we're just literally just being pimped, and we ain't getting shit back for it but a wet ass. Just saying, we ain't getting nothing but a wet ass, basically. Americans need to stop marching for rights of individual groups and start marching for shit that affects all of us. Racism, that shit is stupid. It's stupid. It makes no fucking sense why the fuck y'all still hate black people, or why black people still hate white people, when we all need each other to make this shit work out. Racism is a social constraint. It's also something that is created to create division. It's created to make division amongst the citizens, so that way we're too busy paying attention to what each other is doing and not paying attention to what their ass is doing. If you're in the 99%, at this point, my nigga, we in the same fucking boat. So why the fuck you mad at me just because my skin is darker than yours? We need to stop fighting each other. Stop focusing on somebody knocking on your fucking door and blowing their brains out. We need to stop allowing these cops to kill these people. And cops, y'all need to fucking stop doing that shit, because it's not fucking helping y'all credibility either. We need to stop focusing on that shit and start focusing on how we could make our country better. Because right now, our country is being taken over by illegal aliens, and they're selling our shit to the fucking river because they owe money to all these other countries. Because if not, we're gonna lose this land, and we're low-key losing it as it is. We got bigger fucking fish to fry, other than you worrying about whether or not my black ass is gonna rob you, or whether or not I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. The government is doing a hell of a lot more shit that they shouldn't be doing. So y'all need to stop focusing on the individuals and start focusing on the conglomerate of motherfuckers at the top that's completely fucking up our country. Tubi is the shit, and I don't give a damn what nobody say. Y'all need to quit thinking that just because Tubi got some fucked up visuals on there sometime, that y'all just need to just judge it. It's some really dope black creators on there that's really making some moves, and it's a free fucking app. I have literally been able to save like $30 a month. There's so many apps, and I have just really just been focusing on Tubi, and I watch a lot of shit on YouTube as well, because I do pay for the premium, because I love YouTube. I am on it all the time, even when I'm not doing my content. But at the same time, we need to quit judging Tubi just because y'all done found a few bad apples. There's some really good shit on there. The Dirty D is a great show. McGraw Ave is some really good Detroit. Stand the fuck up. Y'all are really doing a great job on Tubi. Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes are also doing some really good movies on there. Like, it's just dope to see a lot of black actors who, they may not have really survived Hollywood. They're able to go over there and make some things happen with their creative path. Check out Tubi, download the app. There's also a lot of old school movies on there. So yeah, quit judging Tubi just because y'all found some fucked up movies on there. There is some fucked up movies on there, but there's some really good shit on there as well. Listen, I know y'all gonna come after me about this. Beyonce doesn't know you exist. Okay, Nicki doesn't know you exist. Cardi B doesn't know you exist. Stop bullying people just because they have an opinion or they don't really like their music. Y'all look crazy as hell arguing and going back and forth with people just because they're not in alliance with these artists. These artists don't give a fuck about you. The only thing you are to them is a dollar sign. You all pay for the music, you pay for whatever it is, the merchandise, y'all pay for the concerts, and that's cool. If these are the people that you like, that's cool. Stop trying to bully people into being fans. Stop making people's lives miserable just because they don't agree with certain things that these artists do. It's not right. It makes y'all look delusional as fuck. And at the same time, like I said, neither one of these artists or any other artist for that matter give a fuck about anything you got going on. If your ass was to lose your house tomorrow because you decided to use your rent money to buy tickets to their concert, do you think that they're going to save you? Because I'm going to tell you this right now, they're not. They're going to live comfortable in their mansions. They're going to do everything else that they've been doing and not really giving a fuck about you because you are a dollar sign to them. Stop basing your life on what these entertainers and celebrities do because they don't give a fuck about you at all. And you look crazy as hell out here in these streets arguing with people just because they're not fans either. Social media is not your journal. Okay, it's not your journal. It's not your savior. Most of the people on there are probably rooting for you to fail. They're probably rooting for your relationship to fail. They don't give a damn about anything you have going on. Unless you know this person personally, meaning you talk to them on a regular day-to-day basis, it doesn't matter if somebody says they're going to pray for you. They're probably not. They're going to put up those prayer hands, which are actually hands clapping and say that they're praying for you, but they're really not. They don't really give a fuck about your relationship with your baby mama or your baby daddy. They give a fuck about the fact that you were in the hospital. And y'all look crazy as hell posting pictures of yourselves being in hospital beds. Let me tell you something, and I want all my friends and family to know this. If I am dying and you post a picture of me and post it on social media, I have tubes going up and down my damn throats and nose. I'm going to hunt you for the rest of your life. They're going to care about you for that moment, and then they're going to go right back to scrolling and looking at big booty bitches in fights. Relationship gurus will not save your relationship. I repeat. These relationship gurus, the manosphere, or whoever the fuck else, they're not going to save your relationship. Most of their asses is unattractive or they have their own failed relationships. Most of them are single. Them have nothing else to offer but a whole bunch of bullshit and gaslighting and blowing smoke up your ass about what you need to do in order for you to keep your man happy. Quit focusing on their asses because most of them probably have broken situations themselves. There ain't no couple goals shit. Couple goals pictures and videos, half of them motherfuckers be getting their ass beat behind that lens. Half of them people end in a murder situation.
Man kills girlfriend and mutilates her body.
If you need to figure out how to fix your relationship, the best way of going about it is talking to your fucking partner or going to therapy. These people are not gonna fix you. Derek Jackson is the perfect example. Y'all was on his nuts, black women, hanging on his nuts like a goddamn chandelier, just hanging on that shit. And y'all saw that he wasn't shit.
All that's missing is your morning kiss that used to greet me.
Evan Samuels, as dope as he was, as great as he was as a relationship expert, he had 3 failed marriages. Maybe 2. I could be wrong, but either way, he was single. Either way, he was telling y'all not to fuck with nurses and creators and this woman and that woman of a particular size and all of this shit, telling y'all all of this shit. And who did he die with? He died with a woman who was a nurse. He died with a curvy, non-black woman. Tried to save his life. So the same person that he told y'all not to look into dating is who was next to him when he died. Y'all don't think that that's crazy? Because if y'all need some assistance on how to deal with relationships, either talk to your partner yourself, get advice from people who have been in marriages for 30 plus years. Those are the motherfuckers you need to be getting advice from because obviously they doing something right. Dollar Tree raised their prices to $1.25. I think it's real crazy. Y'all didn't raise those wages. I don't understand for the life of me how people are comfortable with paying people under $14 an hour. These people really be going to bat for these places that don't pay them shit.
I'm not going nowhere. I came into work. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm sick of you disrespecting me in front of people.
Like, people in these Dollar Generals and Dollar Tree places, yeah, you may think that they don't do anything, but they really do. If you ever look at all the stocking that they have to do, they could throw their backs out. They got to deal with people stealing, people trying to rob them, and all kinds of shit. But at the same time, there's no security guards there. They should be getting paid at least 12 base pay minimum. Dollar General, y'all high as fuck for y'all to be a dollar store. Family Dollar high as fuck. They're owned by the same people, I think. But y'all don't want to pay these people? Should nobody in America honestly be making under $17 to $20 an hour anyway? Not just because they live in fucking California or New York. I'm going to say this and y'all might not like it, but I don't care. The U.S. caters to dogs more than cats because they are obsessed with having control. They know that Americans are also obsessed with having controls, and you can't control no cat. You can't. A cat is gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do. A cat's not gonna run at your beck and call. And a lot of y'all be buying these little ass dogs for what? The dog can't protect you if somebody breaks into your house. Can't protect you if something happens.
Oh, bitch, you got me fucked up. Bitch, I'm in your shit. Bitch, bitch,
The fact that I go to PetSmart or Petco and I see that dogs have all of these things for them, all of this different food and different toys and different, like, they have so much shit for dogs. Cats get this little ass window of opportunity for a reason. It's because Americans favor dogs over cats. Especially black cats, because y'all think that black cats are bad luck, which is stupid as hell, because black cats are actually the chillest, coolest, sweetest, most lovable cats you could ever have. And on top of that, they don't get as sick as other cats, and they were once looked at as good luck and still are looked at as good luck in other fucking countries. Y'all treat black cats like the nigga of cats. Real shit. It's because they're black, and anything that's black is always going to have some type of tainted ass image behind it. Next. Men should be judged for their dick size the same way that women are judged for their bodies and their shapes. The way that y'all go on and on about women having little ass booties and being flat chested and flat ass and not having this and not having that, then you know what? Pull your dick out. Let's see what you're working with. Because we're tired of y'all objectifying and disrespecting us because of our bodies and how our bodies are shaped when you over there with a whole baby dick. So I feel like men should be getting judged the same way that women get judged. The same way that y'all want to walk around here and talk about our bodies and our shapes, we need to start seeing dick prints. Got two more. Amazon Prime is trash. It's a waste of fucking money. And so is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, you are a piece of shit because you sold us this product. You sold us this app. It made us feel as if us paying this $12.99 a month was a good idea. And now your deliveries are trash. The products aren't that good. And Amazon Prime don't really have a lot of good movies on there. Let's keep it a buck. It doesn't. Amazon Prime is trash. It's a waste of fucking $14.99. And that motherfucking shit needs to be revised if y'all want to keep getting our business. We need to boycott Amazon ass. We need to boycott Walmart for sending us to Amazon because Walmart don't ever fucking have shit. That's what I'm saying. American companies are fucking failing, and we're allowing foreigners to come over here and take all of our money when we can't even build shit on our own without using them. Last but not least, stop second guessing yourself. Stop thinking that everything is just going to blow up right then and there. You got to know that everything takes time. Rome was not built in one day. It's the same thing like when I built this, when I started my podcast. You know what I'm saying? I started my podcast last year. I just started doing it on Facebook Live, but it's growing little by little. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool if maybe 5 or 6 people only see this video. I'm cool with that because I still took the time to do it. I invest money into my shit. I bought a mic. I bought other things that I needed. I'm probably gonna change my background, but for right now, y'all gonna get the goddess my eye in the back. At the same time, like, stop second guessing yourself. You don't know what could happen if you just go ahead and start sitting around all day brainstorming, watching the days go by month after month talking about you gonna do some shit. It's not gonna do anything but hunt you because you never know if that's your calling. You never know if that's your purpose, and that's what God has sent out for you to do. Go ahead, take a chance, give it a go. If it don't work, hey, at least you could say you tried. You know what I'm saying? If you feel as if you want to give it another go, don't ever stop giving up on your dreams and your goals. You know what I'm saying? But also be willing to know that God is going to redirect your path. I started out being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Rapping was everything. Hip hop was my second language. I realized that as I got older, I wanted to do something that I know that I could always do. And talking to you all and being able to get in front of a mic is damn near just as exhilarating as it was when I used to get on the stage and rock music. Always go ahead and give it a start. Take the time you need in order for you to plan, but just know that when man plans, God laughs. Just go ahead and get started. You never know what might happen. This time, you may have failed at one point, but baby, what if you fly? Feel me? Whew. And that's my unpopular opinions, baby. This video might be long as hell. I'm gonna edit it, chop it up. I do all my editing, I do all my chopping up. I'm a little late doing this because I turned up this weekend. I had a great time this weekend and I was feeling it yesterday. Listen, my old ass cannot drink like I used to. And I'm literally doing this right now. So it might be a little late, but better late than never. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Listen. Don't shoot the messenger. I want to receive the message. The message ain't meant for you. Leave it. Allow somebody else to receive it. Y'all be well, be blessed. Peace.